Pisces, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early January 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business as always and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes into energy and see what's happening for the lovely Piscean collective. Talk to me, my guides, as we enter the new year. What do you have for us Pisceans as we start 2024? And I hope you're all doing fabulous, my friends. Let's get it going. And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card, then we'll get into the full reading itself. And at the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot, just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean in on, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for the Pisces collective as we start the year fresh. What's happening here, my guides? Talk to me. Let's get it going. What do you think, my friends? Is it too late for me to have the Christmas decor up? I've been asking some other signs, right? I'm always in the Christmas mood, and your cards are being a little specific now. I mean, I like Halloween probably a little more, but I'm all about the holiday cheer. There we go. So, someone has a lot on their mind here. It could be very creative. I'm not surprised to see this in a Pisces reading, and I'll explain to you why. She's shown up quite a few times in our readings, my friends, but before we fully dive into her with all that stuff on her head, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the January subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. Also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about our friend over here. So I did say this does remind me of Piscean energy, and you know I'm part of the collective myself. I understand. You see this individual, she has that nice beehive hairdo going, and she has all these different creative implements in her hair. So to me, this is a few different things. One, this is somebody very creative, and I always see it in the Pisces readings. A lot of people will say that Pisces might be the most creative sign of all the zodiac. So it's very important for us to have some sort of outlet. So in the coming days and weeks, Pisces, any sort of creative endeavor, whether it's music, whether it's art, whether it's writing, whatever it might be, any form of self-expression, highly favored. Spirits always want Pisces to create for some reason. But another thing with this card, this woman literally has a lot on her mind, right? And I see it here. So for some Pisces in this time, yeah, maybe you have a lot on your mind, right? Maybe you got a lot of tasks to do, or there's a lot of energies affecting you. Once again, I would still give the same advice that I was picking up here. You need some form of expression to get that energy out. So we're just going to put her down right over there. Let's get into tarot now. And as I always say, that first card, it doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So let's get you 3 cards in the upright. Then we'll get into the intuitive juiciness. Let's shuffle it up one time for the Pisces collective. Let's see what's happening in early January. And while we get this deck ready, let's talk about last week's reading. It was a bit of a doozy, my friends. The reading was titled A Big Rejection. Now, that doesn't just mean rejecting an individual or rejecting a person. When I see energy of rejection, it could be closing off your energy completely from someone or something. It could be rejecting a behavior, rejecting a thought process, rejecting a habit. So there was that big energy showing up powerfully last week. So we'll see if that energy still bleeds over. Remember how energies go. Nothing's ever set in stone, so only take this reading how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. But I was like getting that knock, 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 nobody's home type of energy. So let's see what we got going this week. Let's get these 3 cards out. Thank you. 8 of Wands. Okay. Communication, speed, movement. So if we were seeing rejection last week, this isn't somebody that's going to stop attempting or trying something. There's a lot of effort here. Let's get a couple more. Could just be a talk. We'll see. Lovers. All right, so personal relationships and connections could be very big here. And I saw that in the Cancer reading, so it makes sense that I'm seeing that as a theme within water signs. Let's get one more. It really starts to piece this together. Thank you. 5 of Swords. Okay. Yeah, you're really going to want to watch out for misunderstandings or arguments in this time. I'm already picking that up here, especially the fire-air combination. But let's go through this piece by piece, Pisces. I'll give you the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into the juicy intuitive stuff. So at first look, first glance, we're going to have a lot of things to comb through here, because elementally we have 2 cards of air, 1 card of fire. You know what I always say when we see a lot of fire and air prominently is that it could be unpredictable, it could be explosive, it could be things popping up out of nowhere. And surrounding these lovers, we have like this one open to communication, making action. This one's more defensive, conflict based. So we're going to really want to take our time, because there might be a warning here on the back end. We'll see how it all plays out. Okay, because there's still two very positive cards here. But let's go piece by piece and really start to build this out. Position number one, we have the Eight of Wands. One of the biggest cards of communication in the whole entire deck. When this card starts off a reading, it's like we're starting off with a bang. You see these 8 arrows cutting through the sky. It's like boom, like a rocket. So of course this could be an action of some sort, or somebody making a move, or there's movement here. Sometimes it could represent distance and travel, but the main thing I always think about this card is conversation, right? Talks, messages, things like that. Now, every card has challenge and positive. I already gave you a bunch of the positives. Challenges of this is, once again, unpredictability, or someone that does a little too much or is a little too forceful. When this Eight of Wands is here, it could sometimes be something that's a little out of hand or a little out of control. So we'll see what's up, all right? Because I'm not saying that it's definitely like a challenge that we're seeing here. It could just be a want for communication. Maybe someone wants to talk to you. Maybe you want to talk to somebody else. It all really depends. Moving to the center, we have the Lovers. It's a complex card, right? So it could represent a Gemini when we see the Lovers. Okay? That is their card. If you're not connected to a Gemini, if you don't have any Gemini placements, it's very easy to fall into the trap that the only thing that this card represents is actual lovers and romance, when that can be the case. But there are so many layers to this card. So let's just go through a few of them. The Lovers, aside from the Gemini connection, you see the Archangel Raphael here. Here, that's a healer. Back in the day, before this card was called the Lovers, it used to be called the Choice. So sometimes it could represent a decision. Do I go left? Do I go right? It's very similar to the twos in tarot when this card shows up. But of course, it represents soul ties and soul connections, right? People that we are very deeply connected to. Could be romance, could be otherwise, right? It really depends, but it's your circle of influence when we have the Lovers. People that are like your crew, your closest people, ones that are really, really tied in tight. So we want to dig deep on this card and see what it could represent. So aside from the healing, aside from your personal connections, if none of that is on the table in this time for you, Pisces, the Lovers is a silky, smooth, easygoing, easy flowing type of energy. We love it here. Moving to the back end, this is where we get a little choppier with the energy. This is where we might pick up a warning, possibly. We have the Five of Swords. So you see this individual, and he has all the swords, and all these people in the back, they're all battered and bruised up. It looks like they've just gotten through duking it out. They've just had some sort of fight, some sort of conflict. Now, the positives of this card could represent somebody with a lot of determination, like, I'm not going to stop, I'm going to do what I have to do. This is somebody who's focusing on themselves, right? And which can be a good thing. You might be focused on yourself in this time, bettering yourself, or getting to a goal. But the Five of Swords could also swing in the opposite extreme. This could represent an individual you're connected to that is extremely selfish. This could be someone that is very self-centered. This could be someone that is very confrontational. In its worst sense, the Five of Swords could be a very cold person or a narcissistic individual. So it could be a warning, but at the same time, it could also be good. But the fact that we have fire and air taking up the whole part of this reading is telling me that there is some sort of unpredictability happening. So I want to dive deeper on all of it, Pisces. Let's jump in and clarify. All right, let's get a good shuffle here for the Pisces Collective. See what's happening, my guides. Talk to me. And yes, this is where I go intuitive with the message, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot. Because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Eight of Wands. And yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages that you want to give to Pisces, you could drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Eight of Wands time. What's happening? Why is this Eight of Wands here? Thank you. World in reverse. Oh, okay. I didn't see that coming. I did not see that coming. This could be someone that possibly wants to mend something or fix something. Absolutely. This could be a return of some sort, which I do think I've felt for you in recent weeks. The World in reverse isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's generally a card of the past. Okay, when we see it in reverse, it's either the past or something looping back around. That could be a big possibility, but it did kind of catch me by surprise. For a portion of you, there could be somebody that wants to fix something or make something right. This could also be an unexpected talk, because like I said, I didn't see this card coming. It kind of like hit me like, whoa, I didn't see that coming. So that might literally be the answer or the message. And we'll see how it goes for the rest of the way. But for Pisces, you could be having some sort of unexpected talk, or somebody might want to make something right, or this could even be a return. Those are 3 messages in one. So it could be all of those things. It could be one of those things. It could be none of those things. We're going to keep moving and really try to dig further through here. Now, the world is there's a lot of depth in this card. It could represent the world itself. It could represent endings and closings of a cycle. So I'm just picking up all those heavy energies right there on the front end. So unexpected talk, someone wanting to fix something, or possible return here. Take your pick. Let's keep moving over to the Lovers. Could be all those things. It could be one. You just see what resonates with you. But that just like caught me by surprise in a very big way. So let's see what's happening with the Lovers. I'll say this, Pisces, out of all the cards, like this didn't feel bad to me from the jump. This 5 of Swords on the back end, I've been keeping my eye on it since the beginning. So let's see why the Lovers is here. Oh, quick. Very quick. Yep, someone coming in. Someone coming in. We have the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. Someone making moves, someone taking action, someone making decisions here. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse isn't a bad placement for me in my style of reading. Now, of course, if you're connected to an earth sign or someone with very strong earth placements, there may be certain disagreements you're having with them at this time, because the Knight of Pentacles could be Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus. But generally, this card could be a messenger, but Knights are all about forward movement. This is the slowest one. So when I see it in reverse, it's like somebody picking up their speed, getting a move on. So for a lot of you, there is an energy of someone very close to coming back around or coming in. I'm still picking that up and feeling it here, Pisces. It's showing up heavily here in the front end. And it's somebody making a move. I've been saying that since the beginning as well with the 8 of Wands. There could be somebody that's about to make a move, take an action. Do I say it's a challenge? We'll see when we get over to this 5 of Swords, because it doesn't necessarily feel like a challenge or bad to me. Now, I'll give this message as well. When the Knight of Pentacles is in reverse, it can feel like you're going around in circles with an individual sometimes, where it's like looping, like you're not getting anywhere. Like it's like repeating the same thing, the same thing, the same thing. So just watch out for that in this time. You might be repeating certain cycles in this time with individuals close to you. But obviously, the main thing I'm picking up here is someone making moves towards you, at least energetically. Let's keep moving over to the 5 of Swords, and it shows up heavily here in the front end. Let's see why the 5 of Swords is in the mix, and all the cards just almost popped out of my hands. And yeah, then we'll do a quick little recap before we get into the shadow cards. So let's see what that 5 of Swords has to say for Pisces. Yeah, the deck is being very jumpy now. Why is that 5 here? Why is that 5 of Swords in the mix? Yeah, it was being jumpy now. There we go. Thank you. 4 of Wands. Yeah, someone wants to shake something up. Okay, and for some of you, this could be a warning. For some of you, this could be a very good thing. It all really depends. We have the 4 of Wands in reverse here, the 11-11 card. So watch for signs, synchronicities from Spirit, because Spirit could be trying to send you messages or speak to you in this time. And I know a lot of Pisceans are very tapped into Spirit like that. So follow your intuition and your gut in this time, because Spirit could be trying to tap in. The 4 of Wands is usually a very sturdy, celebratory, happy type of card. So I'm going to give 2 messages here. It could be one or the other. Could be an individual that switches back and forth between both. When I see this in reverse underneath the 5 of Swords, this is someone that doesn't want to give up, and they're going to make a change to make something happen. And that's been kind of in the mix here throughout this whole entire thing. The 4 of Wands in reverse is like kind of shocking and surprising, and that's been in the mix. So somebody's going to make some moves here. Somebody might do certain things that you don't see coming, or it's like, whoa, all right, are you a totally different person? Not saying it's a bad thing, but I'm just picking that up. There's an unpredictability throughout this whole entire reading here, Pisces. The 4 of Wands in reverse could also represent somebody who is a little sour. So I feel like it's one or the other. Either somebody wants to change something up and act in a way that you didn't see coming, or it's just somebody who is in their feelings here. 5 of Swords, 4 of Wands in reverse. It's somebody that's quite sour. So maybe there is something that needs to be mended here. Let's go through and do a quick recap, because there's so many things trying to come through in this week's reading, Pisces. let's start here in the beginning, then we'll get into the shadow card. Maybe it'll give us a little more of an idea of what all these energies are, because it just feels powerful. In position number 1, we have the 8 of Wands with the World in reverse. The initial thing I felt there was like, wow, I didn't see that coming. So that could be an unexpected talk of some kind. It could be a return as well, like someone looping back around when we have the World in reverse. Another thing I was picking up here is like somebody wanting to make something right or fix something. Moving to the center, we have, and yeah, there's action. There's somebody planning on making a move here all throughout the whole reading. We have the Lovers with the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You might be having issues with earth signs or earth sign placements. And to me, once again, it's somebody saying like, all right, I'm going to start moving my energy towards Pisces, or I need to do something. I need to switch something up. So maybe this is 2 people in the same mode, like, all right, well, something about it needs to change, or we need to alter this in some sort of way. It's a little surprising and a little erratic. Like, that's the best way I could describe what I'm feeling here, Pisces. But moving to the back end, we have the 5 of Swords with the 4 of Wands in reverse, the 11-11 card. Like somebody who might be acting in a way that's like, okay, never saw you act like this. Like, you're acting a little different type of energy. Or it could just be someone that's a little bit sour in their feelings here. Okay, so yes, there is this possible returning and repairing. There's just all this energy that's very much up in the air, and there's unpredictability all over the place. So Pisces, please do what you will with that information. Please take a screenshot. I know I will. Let's see what's in the shadows for you. And yeah, let's see what's in the shadows for Pisces here. I mean, every Pisces reading is always like layered like that, so it doesn't surprise me at all. Like I said, I'm part of the collective myself. I get it. But yeah, I always like to pull one shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see coming just yet. Maybe it'll give us some more clues about all this stuff that was happening. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge, though. Keep that in mind. Let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you've made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll leave a link for it down in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel and my mission over here. I appreciate each and every single one of my members. I love you guys. But let's get this shadow card out here. No pressure, my friends. What's happening with Pisces? All right, quick, nice and quick. Okay, High Priestess, one of your cards here. So for a lot of you, when I see all this stuff happening, and then in the shadows, I have the High Priestess, which is your card. Remember, I did say something earlier in the reading about following your intuition, how Pisces is very much tapped in to spirit. So please listen to your intuition in this time, what Spirit's trying to tell you and guide you to, especially with the High Priestess in the shadows. She is a very secretive card. Now, as part of the collective myself, I know this is one of our power cards, okay? The High Priestess could speak about how you're feeling about yourself. And within the aspects of the spread we just pulled, this card could be telling us that we have more control over a situation than we think we do. Okay, so just keep that in mind in the coming days and weeks. If this stuff is starting to come to fruition, just know that you have more of a say in the situation than you really think you do. But do not ignore your gut feelings. Do not ignore your intuition. For sure, when she shows up as a shadow card, because Spirit could be trying to reveal certain things to you. But yeah, what a reading, Pisces. But that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give you the details. The January subscriber surprise. If you got your name in for the December subscriber surprise, the winners will be announced on New Year's Day, January 1st. But for the January subscriber surprise, I'll be giving away 2 copies of the beautiful Tarot of the Owls. Once again, it's one of my favorite new decks out there. So if you'd like to get your name in for that, it's 2 simple things as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, in the year 2024, what is one of your biggest goals that you were shooting for? If you don't have one, maybe take a second to think about it. You'll be entered to win, and at the end of January, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.